it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. I got a replay analysis here for Thylacoleo Clan IOC and this Panther M10 Tier 7 German Premium Medium Tank. The War Crimes Panther, as they call it. And you can see that Thigh is headed towards the middle of the map. He's got a pretty good setup. Looking at a two-tier battle, he's top tier. There are some fairly decent hitting TDs on the other team that he has to watch out for. And immediately we're going to have some shots maybe right here. No, looking for these guys. Don't stay there too long, Thigh. That's a bit of an exposed spot, especially if they start coming over the top of the ridge right there in front of you. There isn't any arty though, so the exposure right there is not as bad as had there been arty. And you're going to choose to come up to this corner spot. If you look at his team, he's got two E25s down on the beach. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. And about half his tank in the last two rows, Alpha and Bravo, hanging out in the back of the map. So he's going to come up here onto this edge. Now this is okay right here. A lot of people can work this. If you have more depression, it's better for you. But the problem is exposed to that entire ridge over right there, which doesn't look like there's much there. The E25 is kind of scouting it. He ended up killing the T71 in there, or helping to kill it. But you don't really have a lot of guys. That Cromwell's there, the E25, but there's not really anybody over here to help keep people poking up over and shooting you very honest right now. So it's not terrible based on the E25 should be seeing things, but this is a very exposed position. Especially if their TDs who are sitting back here see you. Someone spots you right there, which you should be here pretty soon. You can start taking shots into the side. And I'm surprised because you actually sit up here for a bit and don't take any damage. Yeah, see this part where you're just pushing forward right here. Very surprised you don't get just waxed by TDs that are camping out in the back there. Now, they must be busy enough with other things. Looking at him, zoom out, and oh, holy cow, there goes that guy. Alright, so one thing I'll say about that is you saw the Cromwell boogie away. You took a shot, you were reloading. I think you might have missed one, and then you were waiting for a reload. What I had done there is zoomed out and kind of watched where that Cromwell was going, and then zoomed back into that spot a little bit earlier and be waiting for him right there. As it was, you reacted and got your gun onto him, but it wasn't nearly soon enough to get a shot. And that's going to go back to some of your camera technique where you don't zoom out much. You tend to be very zoomed in and soda straw on everything. Holy cow, look what's going on. Nearly their entire strength is right here. Got a KV2 at 3001. Your KV2 has gone around. I don't know what you're doing down here. Mega Psy, and some guys camping, and then a couple guys moving around here. So they've really pushed the middle. You've got crossfire on them, but you're pretty thin. So let's see what Thigh decides to do. That guy's going through there. Take another shot. Just missed him. And there's the IKV. There's the Saint Emile, and there's a 3001 coming up on you. Good shot, and then yeah, get off that hill. That's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. It is exposed to all that kind of thing. We'll go ahead and ram ourselves through here, and we shoot into the wall. What happened is when he comes down off that hill, he actually auto aims at Churchill. It's hard to see in the replay, but I checked it out. It looks like he just had enough highlight on him to auto lock him as he came down the hill. Then he went behind these buildings and fires right into the building. So that's just a little bit of knowing the map, having a little essay on what's in front of you. That was clearly not going to hit. He goes through this garage thing, which I don't think I would have. No, never mind. It gets knocked down. Never mind. All right, so there we got the Churchill. Now that thing hits about as hard and reloads about as fast as you do. A little bit of good angling will help you out right there. But this is kind of a tit-for-tat situation. He'll hit you about as much as you hit him. The good news is your TDs help you out, and then you're able to take him down. And that's fine. So what do we got going on? We've got a couple guys behind us. A couple guys over here. One of them's on my level, I guess the TD as well. The HTC is down in the bottom, I believe, pushing up through the ramp. Guys behind you, guys here. Your team is all here, and a couple moving around. The E25s are dead. Imagine that, based on what they did. So what do you want to do? For my money right now, Thigh, you've got to clear this out. Got to clear this out. So maybe running back behind this ridge and trying to work down this way, potentially pushing right down onto them. Let's see what he does. And you need to pick a guy that you can actually damage. And we pick this guy, which you're going to have a hard time damaging, especially without gold. He's turning. You track him. That's good. Oh, he fixes it, and now we need to get out of there. Holy cow, I cannot believe he did not hit you. Take one more shot, and we're backing up. Backing up, backing up. And then we turn back around. All right, so that's dangerous right there. You backed up, but not quite enough. And then when you went forward, you probably exposed your turret to a shot. The 15A is right there, and you got the HT number 6. So you're still sandwiched. The HTC actually misses you, and you're going to come around this way. You sort of look at him. Still looking at him, and we come around here. We've got the AT-15. AT-15, AT, oh holy cow. Alright, so the AT-15 is sitting on the other side of this rock, and you're looking forward. You're going to come down on the number 6. Stop this for a minute. Yep, there he is. He's looking the other way. So for my money, I think you start pounding on that AT-15 from behind right here. What you're going to choose to do is go after this number 6. Now what I like about this is you're being unpredictable and kind of moving around the map and doing your thing. So that's good. No, number 6, don't do it. Ouch. And you take a shot in the front. And this is why I didn't like that move. I think you needed to clear this out. This was the threat. Clear this out and then start working back towards this. As it was, you move right into the middle. Now you are vulnerable from multiple sides. And you're going to fight the rest of the fight dealing with this situation. AT-15 looks like he's turned around. If you notice on the minimap, you've got his attention because you've got in behind him. Fortunately, the number 6 dies. Last known thing going on was the AT-15 was coming at you. And now we are moving. So I think you have another opportunity here to reposition to get out of this kind of spot. Either push up into their backfield and help take out the Fury and the Saint Emil. Good deal, there goes the Saint Emil, no factor anymore. Auto aim on the Fury. And another shot into the Fury. Now I will say that replays it's hard to tell, but to some extent it looks maybe like you're using Auto Aim Plus, which you shouldn't be because it's illegal. I'm not saying that's what it is. Replays are goofy, but I'm sure you know that. I'm just throwing that out. Alright, AT-15. So now we've got the HTC and the AT-15 behind me. We're starting to win, or behind you. I think at this point then, you just push in and make sure this T-28 HTC goes away, which I believe you're doing. There, excellent. Someone else got him. Okay, so now we have isolated the 2 tanks. There's a IS-2 and a 15 Alpha. And that bush really needed to be shot. That bush was eyeing you, I saw it. And we're going to come around behind. I think this is a pretty good idea. Try to get back around behind the AT-15. I would say that he probably knows you're coming based on the direction you were going. And this goes back again once more. This next thing I'm going to say, I'm talking about your camera technique. I would have moved my camera like this. Now you can't quite see where the 15A is pointing, but right now you're just sort of pointing this way, not really looking at the AT-15. So I'd have been doing this. I've been looking at the AT-15, watching where I was driving, kind of back and forth, just as I cleared some of this terrain, looking for a shot on the HT, or on the 15A. Oh, look at this. We've got a shot of opportunity on the IS-2. But, let's see if we get you to zoom out here a minute. This is fine. I mean, you got some shots here. Just kind of driving along, taking shots as we go. But hey, what's that 15 Alpha doing? The one that's on your side. What is that guy doing? Well, he's coming for you, isn't he? So really, that IS-2 was busy. I think you probably had some shots on the AT-15. I don't think he was looking at you, in fact. Now he's coming after you. So good job you noticed that. But you're in a bit of a pickle here. You've got the IS-2 over there. You've got the AT-15 behind you. Kind of shoot. Oh, geez. So we're kind of slow, really, to move the camera around and figure out what's going on. This tank is pretty maneuverable. You might have been able to get around that corner. But the AT-15A spins pretty good. Now he takes a shot at someone else. And I'd have chased him right here. Just track him and get around him. Ow! Also, gold would have been a good idea right there. You might have penned a couple of those things. Stupid thing spins pretty well, and its gun has such a wide field of view, or arc anyway, field of regard. And you ended up dying to the IS-2. So that's what I talked about, you being in a pickle. You kind of had the two guys on your two sides. For whatever reason, that Cromwell didn't finish off the IS-2. It comes back to you to try to take out the AT-15, which eventually the Sturv gets. But just really, I think, backing it up earlier, I wouldn't have gone in there like you did when you came around this corner. Maybe work on the AT, and if you spun around, then just go ahead and retreat back up this way and look for a different angle. He's so slow, you should be able to reposition and get where you want. But getting in between the two of them right there without committing to either kill the AT-15 or continue on to the IS-2, that just really asked for it. But it ends up being a pretty good game for him, 2,000 damage, so nice job overall. Just a few things to think about right there. Thigh, and I hope you learned something. I hope everybody else learned something. If you like what you saw, make sure you support the channel and subscribe, and we will see you.